EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. 8 read. 54. I'm coming for you.
The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
He's got daylight. The 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 70 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And personally, what a start for him to get in the end zone from that distance here on the first drive.
And it has the defense tearing up their defensive goals for the game, doesn't it? Because nowadays, when we talk to all the coaches, they don't talk about limiting yards per carry and those things. They just talk about limiting explosive plays, whether it's through the air or on the ground. And anything an explosive play on the ground, usually, 10, 12-yard runs. This one was way more than that. They've got to go back to the drawing board and try and shut it down.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Power running by Zeke. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big run that time by Elliott, and even 50 yards on the ground. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott, and he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete here.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott looking for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something.
Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
No room to be had there on the 1st down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now it's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Airing it out for Olsen. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Gun.
From the gun, here's Newton. Being chased out left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
They will go for it. Now Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. Well, partner, Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all gone. And now if you look at the top 4 seeds right now as we hit, is it the quarter pole or the 3/4 pole?
It is the quarter pole, and we get to thank our NFL reporter, Randy Moss, who also has a great background in the sport of kings, for letting us know that's one of the most misused terms in that sport. It is the quarter pole, right? What are they headed for the home stretch, is what he also said about it. I can't wait to see how this thing ends.
Well, we got New England and Baltimore, the top 2 seeds in the AFC, Seattle and New Orleans in the NFC. You think it stays that way at the end?
I think it's going to be a heck of a battle. I think Baltimore, yes. New England's going to get a battle from Buffalo, but I think they're going to stay in the spot. Seattle, they're going to battle San Francisco. They're just going to trade it back and forth, and it's going to come down to Week 17, I believe, to decide that one. And New Orleans, yes, they will retain a top 2 spot.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
There we go. 59. 65. 65. 26.
A first down carry by Elliott. There's the stiff arm. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
This is Elliott. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Prescott looks to throw on first. Forced out to his left. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Elliott, and he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
Makes the score Panthers 21, Cowboys 7.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while they'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Prescott. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Prescott. Trying to lay one up deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Come on, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
Yo. 46-yard line. Mine's 54. Under. 54. Tighten up. Hey, 47.
First down, Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Prescott down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dontari Poe in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Hey, watch it. 59 Mike. Check.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Back now in Arlington. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Dak on the option left. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Prescott from the gun. Complete to Jason Witten. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper there to make the grab. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
No gain on the play.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 28 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. A first down throw for Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And an alley to run. Past the 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 55 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the end zone. He is so locked into that so-called zone, I don't think they're going to get him out of it in this one.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stacy McGee able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. It's caught, Cooper. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Prescott yet again. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds it. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. One last shot now for Prescott. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion.
Some sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from AT&T Stadium. The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. It's a rematch of Super Bowl 47, -1 Harbaugh. The Ravens and 49ers are underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
The offensive line, they're getting it done.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at their 48-yard line.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38. And an alley to run. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Baltimore.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. He tried to keep it himself, but can't stretch his way in. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand.
I got you. Flag!
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And they'll get him down up past the 15. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Here we go.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Check 52. Go ahead.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
White.
57, Mike 57.
Bravo.
57, Mike 57.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Switch.
11.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
57 for Mike. Check back.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. And some room to maneuver. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Okay, just like that.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 5 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
Defensively by now, You know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 36, Garoppolo. That's caught. It's Coleman. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman, and he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. There's Garoppolo to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally.
Go ahead.
I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chris Wormley just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Hey, gun. 57. I got it.
Mike's 57. 57's right. I got one.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Bynes, and he's going to go down again. Josh Bynes providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Returnable for Thomas. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And down inside the 15 he goes. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They run again with Breida. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Garoppolo gives to Breida. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Here we go. 20.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Breida. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. To throw is Garoppolo. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Got a man. He finds Sanders. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Back to throw. Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Now Garoppolo. And Sanders has got it complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 19. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Looking to throw. Garoppolo to the end zone, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Garoppolo to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis. 3rd down here.
I know he ain't got it. 2.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for George Kittle. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And who's got it? I think the Ravens do, yes. And they're going to win this football game. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara. From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set, ready? 8, read.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Ready?
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 60 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Yellow.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, check 24.
Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10. Now Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a first and 10.
Everyone got 4 down. Let's go.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light.
Touchdown, Carolina! Curtis Samuel, 39 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention with this quick strike offense.
I thought you weren't going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Mahomes to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. That's caught at the 25. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 85 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
Let's go! Check 56. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Right there, 56. You get block me. You get block me. You get block me.
The pickup there, 5 yards.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. Watch the slant.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
56, come on, boy, 56. Check 56.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. On 4th down, Newton. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. With that incompletion, I want to revisit some playoff talk. We talked about the top 2 seeds, but let's break down the AFC playoff picture. Ravens and Pats on top. If the season ended, we'd be looking at the Bills in the 5 spot and the Steelers the 6. That would give us wild card games of Bills, Chiefs, Steelers, Texans. You give the Titans, Raiders, Colts, or Browns any shot, Charles?
I give the Titans a shot. They get Houston twice in the last 4 games of the year. And the way they're running the ball with Derrick Henry and their defense playing well, yeah, they're very confident right now. The Raiders, no, I don't give them that type of a shot. I think they're a year ahead of schedule with the season that they're having. The Colts, I do give them a shot. Okay, Jacoby Brissett, if he can get hot down the stretch and they get Marlon Mack back running the football, I think they can have an impact. In Cleveland, no, I don't give them any shot.
Now this throw caught left side. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Check, lucky. Lucky. Check 3.
Mahomes now on first down. Rolling to his right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Mike's 5'9". Ricky. Easy. Kill.
Throwing now is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one good for 26 and a first down. They'll come out in the pistol. Now McCoy. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to regain the lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
15 line. 15 line. Get it.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what?
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 75 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. That's a tough combination to defend. You know Patrick Mahomes has the big arm, and he's got the elusiveness and the speed. So even though you force him from the pocket, he's still dangerous.
Bad idea, in my opinion, to force him from the pocket. Do everything possible to hem him in and make him make the throws from right there in the center of it. And look, we know he's got the big arm. You just noted that. But when he gets outside, it puts so much stress on your defense trying to locate where receivers are, make sure you're covering them, and he can throw the ball the length of the field. So you just tell a receiver, just keep going. He'll find him, and he did there.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of the first after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
They've been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball, creating monster holes for their guys to run through.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. A nice little juke.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full streak.
And an alley to run. There he goes right side. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, 26 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Gano the extra point, and they're within 7 now at 28-21.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Dancing to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
57 colors. 80 weapon. Check.
Now here's Mahomes. He's got his running back, LaShawn McCoy. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
In your face. Hey, 43, 15. Check Ripple. Check 13. Mike 5'9". Here we go. 15. He's checking crap.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Now it's Mahomes again. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
After the run, Newton going to throw. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 30 yards.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive starts with a completion left side. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
At the 32-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 44-yard line. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working.
LaShawn McCoy off to the races. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him with contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
2nd and 6.
And some room to roam now. Through an opening, and there he goes. He caught, and he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate, but the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part one of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick. And he will get into the end zone as a two-point conversion is successful, and the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
20! And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was Patrick Mahomes leading the way.
He doesn't seem to get ruffled no matter where he plays, does he? Home, on the road. If you put him in a neutral site, which he hopes one day would be the Super Bowl, he plays at a high level. We know about the big right arm, but I think it's the poise that I'm really, really admiring out of this youngster and watching him play. How about the first 3 games of his career in the NFL as a starter in 2018? He set a record for touchdown passes with 13.
Yeah, you think back to The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers kicker, Graham Gano, set and ready to go as we are off from Charlotte.
Come on, fellas. Down. 90 wolf. Check. Walk with the foot. Walk with the foot.
Come on. You better bring it.
Five.
He finds an opening past the 40. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 75 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, here's Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Newton got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Throwing again is Newton. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. To throw on 2nd and 10. Newton, the Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Dontari Poe never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
That's it. Ready, 20. Watch the run, watch the run. Kill. Express.
From the 50, Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Gun. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Express.
They snap it to Newton. And this is caught. He hits more. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
20.
To the air again, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
Gun.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
6-yard gain. Brings up
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and they converted a 2nd time for 6 points.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play.
Ready? 180.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Mike.
Express.
59. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Hey.
Check.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. Space to maneuver at the 40. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Well, CD, earlier we looked at the AFC playoff picture. Let's quickly peek at what's going on in the NFC right now. We mentioned Seattle and New Orleans would get the byes if the season ended today. The matchups, though, first-round wildcard weekend would be San Fran and Dallas and Minnesota and Green Bay. I smell ratings, my friend.
Big time.
And now look at him go. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers have taken the lead. The yards keep piling up in this first half. He's over 100 already. Now 2 touchdowns to boot after an amazing run right there.
He's running so well, so hard, making people miss, running with such confidence that I've seen this before. It actually takes the confidence away from the defenders. They approach him a little more tentatively, which means he's going to get even more yards and create even more big plays.
Now a hit and a loose football. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. On 1st and 10, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
We ain't giving up nothing.
Here's McCaffrey. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
You got it. You got it.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coaches' 2-minute drill.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Out of the gun, Newton. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Ready? AT Gator. Here we go.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Spinning away. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Check, 59. I'm here all day.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
And that's complete to McCaffrey. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Great. 54's Mike.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Eluding the pressure right. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. From the red zone now, Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ross Cockrell.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
He'll have a first down and more past the 20. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Extra point try, good by Gano. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Newton now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Dontari Poe in on the stop.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. Newton on 1st down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
That last play, though, not indicative of the night he's had running the football.
No, you're exactly right about that, because all through this evening, it's been their night, hasn't it? One play here, they get it against them. I wouldn't worry about that very much at all. Just continue to do what they've been doing.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. After the sack on first down, Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 27 yards there, a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Newton. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed.